you want to find out how I made this, watch till the end of the video and you'll find out. What's up guys, welcome back to my new video. Subscribe down below, and if you really like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you thought about it. And one disclaimer, we will be using a sewing machine, so if you don't have one of those, it's fine. You can sew normally, like with just a sewing needle and some thread, but I'm not too good at that, so I won't be showing you that in this video. So yeah, so just let's get on to the video. What you'll be needing to make the scrunchies is a piece of fabric, which will be 10 centimeters by 45 centimeters. And I just got this fabric from Spotlight, but you can get yours wherever. You'll need some elastic, tape measure, or you can just use a ruler if you don't have one on hand. Fabric scissors, safety pin, some chalk, and you could either use normal chalk, a pencil chalk, or some dressmaker's chalk, but I wouldn't recommend, like, they are all good, but I would recommend mostly the dressmaker's chalk because it just is easier to work with. And if you do use normal chalk, I would recommend using a white color as well. Finally, you will need some pins. What we're doing now is laying out our fabric, and we want to measure out 10 centimeters by 45 centimeters. So I am just going to get my tape measure and get my chalk as well and measure a line where we're at 10 centimeters. You may not be able to see this too well, but you can still see it a little bit. And I will also, with my chalk, I'm just going to do a little snip on the 10 centimeters line. And now we want to go to 45 centimeters. So we will get our tape measure, measure out 45 at where we have cut our thing. And now we just want to do a line here. It is hard to see because this is a lighter fabric and the chalk is white, but it will be fine as you do it. Now, to make sure you get a straight, like a all straight thing, you want to just go to where you can't see it very well, but the line is over here. It is here, and we just want to measure out 10 centimeters here to make sure it is even and straight. Okay, so I can see that the line, just try and make a bold indent there, so that is where you need it to be. Now cut out what you need to do now is just cut out your fabric, and we're nearly done. Well, not nearly done, we're nearly ready to start. You want to try to do a steady cut, otherwise it won't be as neat as it could be. So now we've got our strap. I forgot to say this at the start, but you'll also need some thread and a sewing machine as well. So I'm just going to be doing white thread because that is the color of my fabric, but you can use whatever thread you would like. Okay, what you want to do now with your fabric is get the good side facing up. So do not the good side or the bad side is. So you just look at your fabric and see which side the colors are more vibrant, and obviously it's this side that are more vibrant. So you want to lay that side face down, and then you just want to fold that there. So I'm going to pin this. You don't have to if you're a good sewer, but I would rather just pinning it to make sure I am getting a straight stitch. So I'm just going to pin it down the edges. Ow, I poked myself. And be careful with pins as well in the sewing machine, because you can prick yourself if you're not careful. So I would just do one on the end, one in the middle, and one on the other side. If your fabric is a little creased, you can iron it before you start and iron it folded down as well, but I'm not going to do that because I am simply not bothered. So we're just going to go through and do that. Okay, so now you have this folded and pinned up. Okay, now we're on to an exciting part. We get to sew. So what you want to do is get your fabric and then place it down. Place the foot down at about the edge, just a little bit further back than the edge. And then start sewing. And I'm going to start with the speed low because we don't want it to mess up or the stitching. So now we have our sewed piece of fabric. So now we've got our fabric and we've got the bad side outside. On the outside, and what you need to do is try to just pull it inside out now. So you just do that. This part takes the longest, but it's what you do to make it look nice and colourful. So you can see the colour coming through now. Okay, so now we've got this on the outside. Okay, now on to the next step. When measuring out your elastic, what I like to do is not measure out an exact amount. So I'm just going to get my fabric here and get my elastic. And you just want to, I like to just get about, wait, just need to get my scissors. Here we go. So I just like to go a little bit more than halfway because you do want it smaller than the actual material, otherwise it won't be stretchy, it will just be a little bit of elastic inside. Yeah, so just going to do about there. And the reason I do this is to make sure that you've got the right sort of amounts. And yeah, so let's get into the next step. So now you want to get your safety pin. I would recommend it being a large safety pin because it is harder to work with a small one. So you just want to put it into the elastic and then put it inside the tube of material. So you want to just, and also another idea is you could hold the end, but you could get a smaller piece of a smaller safety pin and attach it on to the end, and then attaching it to this bit of fabric as well, so then you won't lose the end of elastic. So you just want, when you're feeding the elastic through the fabric, you just need to sort of gather up the, you need to feel for the safety pin tied to the elastic and just sort of pull it through and just, you can do this without a safety pin, but I would not recommend that because it will be harder to do, and yeah. Okay, so now, okay, this may happen sometimes, the other end may be sucked up a little bit. Okay, now we just want to, this bit you got to be careful with because they will soon fall through. Yep, see, it's happening. Okay, here we go. So I am just going to trim this a small bit until, and then put them together and see if you've got enough scrunchie that you want. So I'm just going to continue cutting bits off, and it obviously isn't really as much as a scrunchie as I'd want it to be yet. So that's why I'm just going to continue to just play around with it and just, okay. I will take the safety pin out of this now. Okay. So if you think your scrunchie is wet, like you like where you're at with your scrunchie, just hold it there and let's go back to the sewing. Okay, so now we're back at the sewing machine. We want to get our elastic and put our sewing machine on a zigzag stitch. Okay, so just the classic zigzag stitch, and just go press the foot down and then start sewing. I'll make this slow as well. And back stitch. So we have this done, this sew down here, and you can just cut any excess threads that you don't want. So now you can just sort of play around with it until it is good. So now what you want to do, it's a little bit tricky. You want to put that bit of fabric, elastic, sorry, through here, and just, then you want to do is fold these bits of fabric down. So you just want to fold them around. It is a little tricky because they do come undone quite easy, but you just need to keep on trying because, you know. found a better way to do it. You just put it through and then fold it. Okay, so now we have got this. We just want to go back and make it as flat as possible and then sew it down there. Oh, turn it off the zigzag as well. And make sure you back stitch this, definitely. And then back stitch that. Okay, we will cut any excess threads. Okay, so we're just going to clip that. And I am clipping them with this weird tool that I got in my set. I have no idea what it's meant to be for, but I use it for just clipping the threads off. If you know what this is for, tell me, because I have no idea. Okay, and then you are finished off with this really cute pattern scrunchie. And it is stretchy. You can put in your hair, put on your wrist, and it's just nice. Thanks for watching today's video. Subscribe down below and comment what you want to see me doing next. And I'm going to start this question of the day sort of thing at the end of my video. And today's question will be, how about if you like scrunchies? If you like to wear them on your wrist or in your hair, just if you like scrunchies in general. And comment down below your answer. See you later.